Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 on the PS4. As you can see, the Bronx Knihghts have been wedged into the American League West. It's going to be the first day of July, a couple of weeks before the All-Star break. The Knihghts have taken the place of the Houston Astros in the AL West. Their record is 55-30. They're in first place, 8.5 games in front of the second place Seattle Mariners. So let's get the next game in the schedule rolling. So as you can see, it's a 3-game set against the Miami Marlins. So July 1st is right here on the schedule. Let's start it up. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team. We play at Classic Yankee Stadium. Joey Pollard is the starter. I think these guys are okay pretty much. Let's rock and roll with it. Here we go. Welcome to Major League Baseball as the Miami Marlins visit the Bronx Knihghts here at Classic Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Knihghts is Joey Pollard. He's making his 14th start. He's 9-3 with a 3.17 earned run average. And facing him at the bat is Hunter Pence, hitting .233, 10 homers, 19 runs batted in, leading off for the Marlins. And it's a slow roller to the right side. Ramos fields, fires, got him. And one pitch, one away. So the starting lineup for the Marlins: Hunter Pence just led off. Will Clark is at first. Eddie Matthews at third. Larry Doby is the center fielder. Brett Boone is at second. Seth Beer is the DH. Kyle Tucker is in left. Reese McGuire is behind the plate. And Nick Gordon is batting ninth and playing shortstop. So Will Clark, 285, 16 homers, 50 runs batted in. Steps up with one out, and he hits a lazy fly ball towards the left field. O'Rourke is there. He makes the catch, and there's quickly 2 outs. So batting third is Eddie Matthews, hitting .338, 16 homers, also with 50 RBIs. Pollard deals. Pitches outside, ball 1. Eddie Matthews is getting close to that 700 home run milestone for his career. That's Matt Saps in the field, and here's Benny Lo-Cicero. Deep fly ball towards the gap here in Yankee Stadium, but Luklitch makes the catch after a nice running play to retire the side. So half an inning has gone by here in the Bronx. Miami nothing. Bronx Knihghts coming to bat. On the mound for the Miami Marlins is Tariq Skubal. Tariq Skubal making 17th start. He's 3-8 with a 7.30 earned run average. Skubal is on the mound. So, leading off for the Knihghts, Max Luklitch hitting .313. He has 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. He also has 24 steals as the leadoff batter. He's batting from the right side against the lefty. Skubal takes ball 1 high. Marlins are 6 games over 500, which is good for second place in the National League East. And he hits a hard line drive, which is dipping, but it will, off the glove. And he's making his way around first towards second. To throw in is not in time, so it's a leadoff double here on the top of the first. That's his 26th double of the season. And they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the first. Nice attempt by the center fielder, but didn't quite get a handle on it, maybe off the heel of the glove. So next up is Don Mattingly, batting an even .300, 17 homers, 66 RBIs. Outside corner, strike 1. Hey, Jose, good evening. Thanks for showing up. Much appreciated. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, in the first, got it in and on early. It's funny. Timing was just right. So count is 1-1. Runner leads off second. Pitch is just off the plate outside. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly won the batting title in 1984, and he was the most valuable player in 1985 for the New York Yankees. Star player, all-star in the 80s and 90s for the Yankees. Pitch is low. Hitters count on Mattingly. Chris Ramos is on deck, so the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Here still with nobody out. High strike, but a strike nonetheless. The count goes full. Kenny Jansen is the man calling balls and strikes here at classic Yankee Stadium. So, full count. And he pulls it down the right field line, but it's in there. My goodness. So it's going to be runners at first and third. Runner at second held up. Not sure if it was going to be caught. So bloop base hit down the right field line. Runners at first and third. Still no one out. So next up is Chris Ramos, switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty. Hitting .371. He takes a pitch for strike 1. He has a league-high 31 homers and a team-high 75 runs batted in here in the first day of July. Swinging a miss at the 2-seamer. He's down very quickly. No balls and 2 strikes to Skubal, whatever his name is. Inside off the plate, count is 1-2. Off the plate, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the second baseman. Runners lead off first and third. And he pulls a hard line drive, but it finds the seats for strike for the foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Did he swing? No, he did not. My goodness, not even asking for help from the first base umpire. So the count is full. Thought he might have broken his wrists there, but the count's full. And he hits a deep drive towards the gap. It is high, it is far, it is gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. It is a first inning 3-run home run from Chris Ramos, his 32nd of the season. And just like that, the Bronx Knights have an early 3-0 lead. Hoo-ah! Packed house at Yankee Stadium. Let's look at a replay. Just goes with the pitch. And it finds the seats. So the base is empty. Still no one out here in the first. Michael O'Rourke, the left fielder, steps up. He takes it high, ball 1. He's hitting .343 with 20 homers and 62 RBIs. So the Bronx Knights have an early 3-0 lead here at classic Yankee Stadium. Michael O'Rourke fouls off the first pitch. Check that. Second pitch. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, it was a blast. It was nice. And Michael puts a charge into this one. It is to the track, at the wall. He made a bid for back-to-back homers, but it was not to be. Starting lineup is Max Luklitch led off. Mattingly was second. Ramos just hit the 3-run homer. Michael O'Rourke flew out. So Jacob Salazar is the designated hitter today. Benny Cicero in right. Matt Termini at third. Saps is at short. And Anthony Millo is the catcher and batting ninth. So Jacob Salazar, .339 batting average. Hits from the right side. Takes high, ball 1. He has 11 home runs on the season and 56 runs batted in. There's 1 out here in the first. Fouls off the slider, counts 1 ball and 1 strike on Salazar. Gets around on the breaking ball, count is 1-2 on Jacob. Slow roller to the third baseman. He charges, fires across, and there's 2 down. Nice play by Eddie Matthews. Benny Cicero, the right fielder, hitting .289, 19 homers 72 runs batted in. Steps to the plate with 2 out here in the first. And he grounds it to the first baseman, who takes it himself to retire the side, but not before this. A 3-run home run gives the Bronx Knihghts an early 3-0 lead here at Yankee Stadium. So we go to the top of the second. Larry Doby hitting .322, 18 homers, 57 runs batted in. He's cold in his last handful of games, though. I have no idea what team Larry Doby used to play for. So the pitch is low, ball 1. Bronx Knihghts are 25 games over 500 for first place in the American League West. So Joey Pollard deals. And Doby fouls it off. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the circle change. Count is 1-2. And it is a lazy fly ball to the center fielder. Luklitch is there. He makes the catch for the first out. So, defensive alignment for the Bronx Knihghts in the outfield from left to right. It's O'Rourke, Luklitch, and Lo Cicero. And in the infield, it's Termini. Saps is playing shortstop today. Chris Ramos, Don Mattingly at first. And the catcher is Anthony Millo. Does pitcher confidence go down after a home run? I think it does. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does. Pitch outside strike. Count is 0-1. I'll be completely honest. The only pitcher's confidence I pay attention to is my own. I don't really pay attention to the other teams. Brett Boone is up there hitting .312 with 1 out here in the top of the second. Very much looking forward to getting the MLB The Show 21 when it comes out in the next month or two. So I have to really get on my horse and finish this season. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Brett Boone goes down looking. That's the second out here in the bottom of the first. I have to really get on my horse and bang out the 162 games. I'm only at like 86 or 87 right now. So in the future, I have to do some double headers. So stepping up with 2 outs is Seth Beer, hitting .299, 22 homers, 51 RBIs. He's got good production from the number 3 hole. And it's a line drive base hit the other way through the hole between short and third. It's a 2-out hit for the Marlins. Let's watch the replay.
The left fielder, number 30, Kyle Tucker.
So next up is a very tall and thin Kyle Tucker. 250, 7 homers, 21 RBIs on the season. And the pitch is low, ball 1. Looks like he's should be playing basketball. Outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Breaking ball, circle change, finds the zone. Count is 2-1 on Tucker. Joey Pollard is 9-3 on the season, going for his 10th win. In there, 2-seamer, strike 2. And it is over the head of Don Mattingly at first, and we have runners at first and second with 2 outs. They are threatening with 2 down. I think this was a Baltimore chopper. Yep. Literally bounced at the hard ground at home plate and bounced right over the head of Mattingly. So, runner in scoring position for Reese McGuire, hitting .249, 13 homers, 35 runs batted in. He is the catcher. And he fouls off the 2-seamer, strike 1. So the tying run comes to the plate here in the top of the second. Inside off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on McGuire. Low, ball 2, 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the fastball, count evens 2-2. Termini has it, throws across, retires the side. So they leave 2 runners on, and after an inning and a half of baseball, it's 3-0. Bronx Knights lead. So we go to the bottom of the second. Matt Termini steps up, third baseman. 304, 6 homers, 41 runs batted in. And he hits a line drive, but it slices into the seats for strike one. So Termini is super hot in his last handful of games. He's 11 for his last 21. Pitches low, ball 1. Tariq Skubal. I wonder what nationality that gentleman would be. Tariq Skubal. Checks his swing, pitches inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. And he slices it, but pulls it into the seats. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. And he pops him up. Shortstop is there, makes the catch, 1 away. So the defense for the Miami Marlins in the outfield, we've got Kyle Tucker, Larry Doby, and Hunter Pence. And in the infield from left to right, it's Matthews, Gordon, Boone, and Will Clark at first, with Reese McGuire behind the plate. So Matt Saps, who is playing shortstop today, is hitting .253 on the season. Takes pitch in the outside corner, strike 1. He has 13 homers, 45 runs batted in. Bounces around shortstop, third, second, mostly plays designated hitter. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Two and 1. 3-0 lead here for the Bronx Knights here in the second. Fouls it off, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Saps. And that's a line drive which nope, it holds up for the outfielder. I think it was Kyle Tucker who made the catch. Yep, Tucker. So that's the second out here in the bottom of the second. So next up is Anthony Millo, the catcher, 226, 5 homers, 28 runs batted in. Bases are empty. And he pulls it foul, strike 1. 12 doubles for first on the Knights is not correct. I don't know why those stat things pop up. So it counts on, it's on the outside corner for strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Millo. And it's a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, throws across in time. Nice play. Side is retired. So 2 innings of baseball complete. It's the Bronx Knights 3, the Miami Marlins 0. We go to the top of the third. Nick Gordon, the shortstop, steps up. 239, 10 homers, 34 runs batted in. Pollard deals. And he fouls off the 2-seamer, strike 1. In there, circle change, strike 2. Knuckle curve floats outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Record for the Bronx Knights of 55-30. It's good for an 8.5 game lead in the American League West. Slow low liner. In charges Luklitch, who makes the catch in center for out number 1. Nice play.
The right fielder, number 8, Hunter Pence.
So the leadoff man, Hunter Pence, is up for his second plate appearance. He grounded out in the first. 0 for 1. Off the plate, ball 1. Hunter Pence, in real life for a long time, played for the San Francisco Giants. Swing and a miss out in front of the circle change. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Not a Hall of Famer, but definitely an all-star in his career. Ground ball to Mattingly at first. He soaks it up, takes it to first himself, and there's 2 away.
The first baseman, number 22.
So next up is Will Clark, another San Francisco Giant from the 1980s. He flew out in the first. He's batting .284 in this fictional universe.
Nope.
Just misses. Low, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
So as you can see, it says 2022 Gold Glove Award. That's because this particular created franchise is in the year 2024. Slow roller to Mattingly at first. Grabs it, takes it himself to retire the side. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Joey Pollard. And after 2.5, it's still a 3-0 advantage, Bronx Knights. So we go to the bottom of the third. Lineup turns over for the Knights. It's Max Luklitch who led off the game with a double.
The center fielder, number 38.
Skubal deals. Inside corner, 96 miles an hour on the radar gun. Max does not have a lot of production, but he does have 25 doubles and 24 stolen bases on the season, which is pretty good for a leadoff guy. And that's another base hit. He's 2 for 2 today. So the leadoff man is on here in the bottom of the third. Nice hit. Here's the replay. So next up is Donnie Baseball. He has a single and a run scored in the first. And this one will be tracked down by the center fielder. He makes the catch for the first out. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, upcoming schedule, 2 more against the Marlins, off day, and then 2 against the Cleveland Indians. But next man up is Chris Ramos, responsible for the 3 runs on the scoreboard with a 3-run homer in the first. He now has 32 homers and 78 runs batted in on the season. Quick throw to first, he's back.
No, he's safe.
Fouls off the breaking ball for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Pitches outside, he takes off for second. Throw down is not in time. I believe that is stolen base number 25 for Max Luklitch. He is a speedster. No chance for the catcher. So runner in scoring position with 1 down. Did it get him on the foot? No, it did not. Blocked nicely by the catcher. No advance on the base paths. Count is 2-1. Thought it might have gotten the shoe top, but I guess not. Oh, that one is high. It is far. It is Gonzo off the facing of the upper deck. It is a 2-run shot. The 33rd home run of the season for Chris Ramos. His 2nd home run of this game, and it is an early 5-0 lead for the Bronx Knights. Hoo-ah! Oh, yeah! Boom! Oh, projected 426 feet. Doink. He is a beast. Yes, he is. Michael O'Rourke, 342. He flied out in the first. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. So it's 5-0 Bronx Knights here in the third. Slider is in there for strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on O'Rourke, the left fielder. Swings and misses out in front of the changeup. Count is 1-2. Nasty pitch. Ball's in the dirt, 2-2. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he may have chased ball 4, but trying to stay alive just in case. Count remains full, 3-2. And he skies it to left, playable. He makes the catch for the second out. I agree. 5 runs in the third, I probably would have at least had somebody warming up. I would have had a mound visit to calm him down, but I'm not the manager. So with 2 down here in the bottom of the third, Jacob Salazar steps up. He grounded out in the first. He is 0 for 1. Low ball 1. Line drive, base hit through the hole on the left side. And they have a 2-out base runner. That Salazar is now 1 for 2. And I don't know if this is the manager or the pitching coach, but they're coming out to have a conversation. I don't blame them. Maybe they're just stalling for time to get the bullpen out ready. So next up is Benny Lo Cicero. He's 0 for 1. He's got a runner at first and 2 out. And that's another line drive hit. And it's going to be first and second with 2 outs. And they are continuing to threaten here in the third. Have they seen enough?
Number 79.
Yep. Manager's seen enough. Skubal goes to the showers after a rough start. In from relief comes Trevor Williams. He's pitched in 33 games this year. His record is 2-2 with a 5.90 earned run average. He'll be expected to pitch more than a few innings. So Matt Termini is up. He's got runners at first and second with 2 down here in the bottom of the third. And he rolls over on it, goes foul, strike 1. Count is 0-1 on Termini. And he pulls line drive foul, almost kills the third base umpire. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Jams him in on his hands, fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again. Runners lead off first and second. Almost got through the legs of the catcher, but blocked it at the last minute with his I believe his leg guard or whatnot. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retire. So they leave 2 runners on, but they get 2 more on this, the second home run of the game from Chris Ramos. And at the end of 3, the Bronx Knights lead 5-0. So we go to the top of the 4th, and steps in against Joey Pollard
The third baseman,
is Eddie Matthews, who's 0 for 1. At the knees, strike 1 for Pollard. Hard ground ball down the third baseline like a vacuum. Check that, first baseline like a vacuum cleaner. Mattingly soaks it up, steps on the bag for the first out. I have problems with my left and my right. I have problems with left field line, right field line, first base line, third base line. I make mistakes all the time. I'm trying to work my way through it. But in any event, there's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Larry Doby is up. He is 0 for 1. In there, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Line drive, base hit through the box, almost killed the pitcher. But with 1 out, they have a base runner at first. Doby has a single. Oof, almost got him. So next up is Brett Boone, who played in the 90s for the Seattle Mariners. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. He was one of those guys that was a really good defensive, that's strike 1, really good defensive second baseman for the Seattle Mariners. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he started hitting 35 and 40 homers a year in the 90s. I wonder where that power came from. And he pulls it foul for strike number 2. All of a sudden, he put on 30 pounds of muscle over one winter and started hitting 40 homers a year. It was the 90s. Grounds it just down the first base line. It is a fair ball. Thought it was foul, so there'll be runners at first and third now with 1 out here in the 4th.
Now back. Designated.
Thought it was out over the line, but my goodness. In any event, it's first and third here with 1 out. Seth Beer steps to the plate. He has a single already in this game. Pitches down and in, ball 1. High strike, but I'll take it. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside corner, the floats in, the knuckle curve. Count is quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a little bit like a look-alike for that play. I forgot his name. Anyway, fouls off the 2-seamer. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner is at first and third. Sure, he wants to get that runner home from third. Oh, that is high. It is far. It is now a 5-3 ball game. Home run for Beer, his 23rd of the season, and just like that, it's a 2-run ball game. My goodness. Ooh, damn. He crushed it. Reminds me of plays for the Philadelphia Phillies. He is a outfielder. He usually plays in right field. Made an enormous amount of money in the 2019 offseason. He was the cover athlete of the show 19. Anyway, can't remember. Got to get back to the game. So there's 1 out here in the 4th. Base is empty. It's a 5-3 ball game. Kyle Tucker is up. He hit a single. Pitches low, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Fouls off the 2-seamer. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Tucker. Line drive, foul, first base line. Count is 1-2. Low, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a lazy fly ball the other way. Oh, Lo Cicero is there. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting. Number 11.
Reese McGuire steps up with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Grounded out in the 2nd. Second plate appearance. 2-seamer inside corner, strike 1.
1-1's the count.
And he pulls it to Mattingly, who takes it himself to retire the side. But not before a 3-run home run from Seth Beer makes it a ball game again. It's only a 2-run lead. 3.5 played. It's the Knights 5, the Marlins 3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th against Trevor Williams, pitching in his 2nd inning of relief. It's Matt Saps, steps to the plate, 0 for 1. And he flies it the other way. It's got a now. Died on out there. Thought maybe he might have had a chance with the short porch out there in classic Yankee Stadium, but it's only the first out. So the line for Tariq Skubal, 2 2/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. That is not something he'll want to remember. So anyway, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, Millo is up. He grounded out in the 2nd. Fouled off the first pitch for strike 1. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Millo.
That's a ball.
Inside, count is 1-2.
1-2.
Outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's a line drive, but caught by the third baseman, Matthews. Nice play. And there's 2 down. You can hit it hard, but you can't steer the ball. So leadoff man is up again, Max Luklitch, going for his third hit. He's 2 for 2. And he pulls a hard line drive down the first base line, but it goes foul. 26 doubles, 25 steals. Pitch is outside, count is 1-1 on Luklitch. Out in front of the changeup, count is 1-2. Hard ground ball through the right side. He's got his third hit. He's 3 for 3 today. And you know with 2 outs here in the inning, he will be running at first. Thought the second baseman, Boone, might have had a chance at it if he laid himself out, but anyway, it's a hit. So Donnie Baseball is up. I'm sure he'll be taking a pitch or two. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Quick throw to first. Obviously, Luklitch is back. And he's going on the first pitch. Strike thrown. Throw down, not in time. So he steals a bag. I think that's his second steal of this game. 3 hits, 2 steals. He is a terror today. It's the Luklitch and Ramos show. So anyway, runner in scoring position now for Mattingly with 2 outs. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. 372 average with runners in scoring position. So his average goes up about 70 points in these situations. As you can see, hit a hard line drive, but right at Boone to retire the side. So they leave the runner at second. And at the end of 4, it's the Knihghts leading 5 to 3. So we go to the top of the 5th. Stepping up to the plate is Nick Gordon, who's 0 for 1.
The shortstop, Nick Gordon.
Ball.
Pitch is low, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Gordon. When I saw it was a Miami uniform, I immediately thought it was D. Gordon. But then this is 2024, and D. Gordon might have retired already by now. And he pulls the 2-seam fastball down the first base line, but foul. Count is 1-2. It's funny that he plays shortstop also. He's probably a created player from the computer side of things. Fouls it back to the screen. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the knuckle curve, and there's 1 away. Pollard's strikeout number 2 for Pollard. Here's the replay. Now this is a good pitching angle. And he just out in front. So the lineup turns over yet again for the Marlins. Pence is up. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 ground outs. At the knees, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the circle change. Count is 0-2 on Pence. Hard line drive, but Mattingly is right there to make the catch, and there are 2 outs here in the 5th.
Number 22, Will Clark.
Will Clark, he flew out, he grounded out. He is 0 for 2 today. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Just misses the knees, ball 1. Well, that was a circle change high. He wishes he had that pitch back. That was one that you should be able to crush. High breaking ball. Serves it the other way. Long run for O'Rourke, but he makes the catch to retire the side. Nice running play by O'Rourke. So, 4.5 innings played. It's still a 2-run ball game. Bronx Knihghts lead 5-3. Classic Yankee Stadium, Monument Park. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Chris Ramos accounted for all 5 runs in this game. He is 2 for 2, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. I'm sorry, he's up to 80 runs batted in, 33 homers and 80 runs batted in here on the first day of July. Fouls off the first pitch, strike 1. Pitch is high, counts even to 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 lefties are warming up in the Marlins bullpen. Let me try these names. Garrett Clevenger, and Jose Enriquez. So count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Ramos. Outside corner, count is 1-2. Nasty pitch. Williams deals. Out in front of the changeup, he strikes out. Finally, somebody retires Ramos, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. So Michael O'Rourke is 0 for 2. His batting average has dipped to 341. He was hitting above 350 only a week ago. And he pulls it into the seats for a foul ball, strike 1. Low, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on the left fielder. Outside, count is 2-1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Base is clear. And it's a lazy fly ball to center field. Center fielder's there. He makes the catch for 2nd out. So Jacob Salazar had a single in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 today. 2 outs here in the 5th. Pitch is low, ball 1. Outside corner at the knees, strike 1. And he pulls it over the head of the first baseman and into right field for a base hit. Salazar is 2 for 3. And with 2 outs, they have a base runner. Hits leaders on the Knihghts. Obviously, Chris Ramos is ahead of everybody with 121 hits. I don't know if this graphic was created before the game, so it's possible Ramos has 123 hits. But as you can see, Salazar is in 2nd place. So next up is Benny Lo Cicero with a runner at 1st and 2 out. Quick throw to 1st. Salazar's back. He does have speed, so you got to know that his motor will be running to try to get in scoring position so that a single can knock him home. Checks his swing, pitches inside, ball 1. Low, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. As you can see, Benny Lo Cicero is 2nd on the team with runs batted in with 72. He had a really good April and May. Cooled off a little in June. Outside, count is 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light with 2 outs? No, he won't. Little secret, I'm not holding the controller. Ball 4. So there's runners at 1st and 2nd here with 2 down. Trevor Williams has temporarily lost the strike zone. So next up is Matt Termini, who's 0 for 2. Runners will lead off 1st and 2nd. And it's a line drive which is going to fall in there. He makes the turn at 3rd. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI single for Matt Termini, and the score is now 6-3. Nice opposite field 2-out hit for Termini, and he's 1 for 3 with an RBI. In on his hands, and he just serves it into right. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Tries to pull that ball, he grounds out to the 3rd baseman. So it's runners at 1st and 3rd with 2 out here in the 5th. Pitches outside. The score is now 6-3 Knihghts here in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, and that one's in there. It's going to be an RBI single for Matthew Saps as well. So the score is now 7-3. Nice 2-out hitting by the Knihghts.
Number 43.
Here's the replay. Hey, just keeps it in front of him, doesn't really matter. So runners at 1st and 2nd. The score is 7-3. And Millo fouls it back to the screen. Count is 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today. Batting average is a .224. It's just pretty much been a lost season at the plate for Millo. Hits a lazy fly ball in left center field. The center fielder makes the catch to retire the side, but not before. Two two-out hits give the Bronx Knihghts a 4-run lead. At the end of 5, it's a 7-3 ball game. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Eddie Matthews, who's 0 for 2. Joey Pollard is the pitcher of record. He has a 4-run lead here in the 6th. Pitches low, ball 1. Just misses with the breaking ball. Count is 2-0. Needs to just throw strikes. Ooh, off the plate. Pollard wanted that pitch, so the count is 3-0. He runs the risk of walking the batter. Didn't like the call. Same exact pitch. This time he calls it a strike, so the count is 3-1. Hitter's count to Eddie Matthews. Swing and a miss at the knuckle curve, and now it's back to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Eddie Matthews. And he fouls off the circle change, and we'll do it again. Swing and fouls it back. Matthews is making things difficult. And he waits on it, but still pulls it foul. You usually change the pitcher by the 6th. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, he's only got 69 pitches. He's got a 4-run lead. Hard ground ball to Termini at 3rd. He fields, fires across the diamond for 1 away. I mean, I'll pitch him into the 7th. I try to get him close to like 100 pitches. I mean, not to be held by the pitch count, but you figure at about 90 or 100 pitches, it's time to get him out. So I'm going to try to squeeze him maybe into the 7th, batter by batter, see what happens. Anyway, Larry Doby steps in. He's 1 for 2 today. He's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And the pitch is in there, strike 1. It really depends on the nature of the particular game, I think. So 0-1 count, 1 out. Outside corner, strike 2. Larry Doby. I recognize the name, but don't remember anything about his career. He's obviously a Hall of Famer. Ground ball diving attempt by Mattingly, but he cannot come up with it, and it's a base hit. So they have a runner on with 1 out here in the 6th.
Now batter, the second baseman, Brett.
Bouncing ball between the 1st and 2nd baseman. So next up is Brett Boone. Brett Boone is 1 for 2 with a single. He's hitting .313 on the season. Doby leads off first. Pitches low, ball 1. And he nubs it to the backstop. Circle change, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brett Boone is his second baseman with 51 RBIs on the season. Just misses the inside corner, and Pollard is beginning to think that the umpire is squeezing him. Count is 2-1. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to go to the manager's office in the bullpen. We're going to get a couple of guys warmed up just in case. Telly will warm up, and Jesse Biddle will warm up. And you know what we'll do? He's a little annoyed right now, so the manager notices, sends the pitching coach out to calm him down and say, listen, you have a 4-run lead, just throw strikes, everything's going to be fine. Okay. And he fouls off the 2-seamer. Count is quickly 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brett Boone. Runner leads off first. There is 1 out. Fouls it back. Count remains 2-2. Strike 3 called outside corner. Boone does not like the call, doesn't agree. But in any event, that's strikeout number 3 for Joey Pollard. And there are 2 down. Seth Beer, responsible for all 3 of Miami's runs with a 3-run homer in his last at-bat, is 2 for 2. And the manager is showing trust. In there, strike 1. Manager has his 1 foot on the top step, and he turned around and decided not to pull him. So, breaking ball outside corner, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Beer. Hard line drive, base hit up through the box and through. It is a single with 2 outs. Runners at first and second with 2 down here in the 6th. And the stadium crowd is beginning to get a little nervous. And that's all for scheduled to put him in the game. Don Mattingly, the 50-year-old version of him, who's the manager of the ball club, has seen enough. He calls for the left-hander. Pollard is the pitcher of record. He's responsible for the 2 runners on. But he can win and he cannot lose. Jesse Biddle comes out of the bullpen for his 30th appearance of the season. His record is 2-2. He has 4 saves. His ERA is 1.83. His main job is to get this next batter out. In there, strike 1, 97 miles an hour on the radar gun. Swing and a miss, curveball out in front. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Tucker has a terrible average with runners in scoring position. Fouls off the fastball, can't get in front of it. Count remains 0-2. So again, it's a 4-run ball game. Runners are at first and second with 2 outs. Tucker has an 0-2 count. Biddle deals. Just misses outside with the slider. Count is 1-2. Grounds it weakly to Mattingly, who decides to take it himself for the out. 2 retire the side. They strand 2 runners, but Biddle does the job. So, 5.5 innings complete. The Bronx Knights lead 7-3. Oh, yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Mighty Mouse, Max Luklitch, is 3 for 3 today with 2 stolen bases, going for hit number 4. And he might have it. No, nice running catch by the right fielder. And finally, someone has retired Luklitch for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. He just sprays the ball all over the place. And unfortunately, this one hung up there long enough for Hunter Pence to make the catch. So with 1 down, Don Mattingly steps up. He's 1 for 3 with a single. His average is at 300 exactly. And this one may drop in. It is a bloop base hit to center, and he is 2 for 3. Or he may be 2 for 4. Anyway, point is that the Knights have a runner with 1 out. Most hits by the team entering play. As you can see, the Knights lead the league in that category, or at least lead the American League. Mariners are number 2. Just finished a set with them. Well, anyway, Chris Ramos has 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. This was his 2nd homer in the 3rd inning. Boom! Off the facing of the 2nd deck. Which at the time, I believe, gave them a 5-0 lead. So he steps in with a runner at first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Backdoor breaking ball, strike 1. Checks the swing, pitch slow, count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I believe this is Williams' 3rd inning of relief work. He's up to 43 pitches. Checks the swing again, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm not sure how long Trevor Williams usually pitches out of the bullpen. This is probably at his limit. Fouls off the fastball, count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 2nd baseman. And he pulls it high and deep, but it curves foul. Count will remain 2-2 with 1 out. Did he check it?
Did he go?
No, he did not. He calls him out. So that's out number 2. So Ramos is retired by the 3rd base umpire. Gave him a nasty look down there. Michael O'Rourke is up. The high strike, but a strike nonetheless. Michael is 0 for 3 today. Runner at first and 2 down. And it is a slow ground ball to the second baseman. Throws to second for the force, and the side is retired. So, the end of 6 innings of baseball. It's the Knihghts 7 and the Marlins 3. So next up is Reese McGuire. He's 0 for 2. So Biddle is in there. I want him to go to the manager's office, bullpen. Lefty, lefty, righty. Telly Argios is warming up, so that's good enough. I want to try to give Dylan Patances a day off because he needs the rest. But anyway, we'll see what happens. See how it progresses. Pops him up. Long run because the shift was on, but he makes the catch by the side of the sidewall. Nice catch by Termini. Long run because they had the shift on. 3 infielders were on the right side for the batter. The only infielder on the left side was Termini. He had to make that run all the way from the shortstop position. So with 1 out here in the top of the 7th, Nick Gordon is 0 for 2. Oh, and he lines it down the line, and it will be in there and roll all the way to the wall. O'Rourke gets it, throws it back in, but by the time he does, it's going to be a 1-out double for Nick Gordon. And they have a runner in scoring position, his 10th double of the season. And good for him, it's an 8-game hitting streak. Lines it hard down the left field line. So next up is Hunter Pence, who's 0 for 3 with a runner in scoring position. And he grounds it foul, slaps it down the first base line for strike 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. My goodness, Hunter Pence has not done well this season with runners in scoring position. He's down almost at 100, 113 batting average. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There are 2 down. And that batting average will only drop. My goodness.
Now batting, the first baseman, Will Clark.
So Will Clark is up, lefty versus lefty with 2 outs. He's 0 for 3. Biddle sets and fires. Just inside off the plate, ball 1. Inside corner with the curveball, strike 1. Now, conversely, Will Clark hits .359 with runners in scoring position, so Biddle needs to be careful with this one. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball, 96 on the radar gun, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Clark. Outside, count is 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. Biddle has done his job. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It is a 4-run ball game. The Bronx Knihghts lead 7-3 here at Classic Yankee Stadium. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 7th, but before Garrett Clevenger takes the mound, 2-2 with a 5.67 earned run average, we will go to the manager's office, bullpen, and, oh, it's lefty, lefty, righty. Matthews is a lefty, Doby is a lefty. So you know what? I'm actually going to leave. I'm going to leave Biddle in there for the first 2 batters, and then go to Telly for Boone. That's what I'm going to do. So anyway, 4-run lead. Here comes the first pitch from Clevenger. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 2 lefties are warming up in the bullpen for the Marlins. So strike 1 on Salazar. And he jams him. Will Clark tosses it to the pitcher covering, and he is, oh my goodness, I don't know if he needs to go to the replay for that. So I think Salazar beat that ball out. I would love to see a replay. But we're not going to see it. So there's 1 out, according to the umpires, as Benny Lo Cicero steps to the plate. And he swings at a pitch in the dirt for strike number 1. Garrett Clevenger deals. fouls off the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the right fielder. Outside, 1-2.
1-2.
And he pulls the slider out in front into the first base seats. Count is 1-2. And just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Lo Cicero. Jams him. Matthews was running into short left field, and he does not make the catch. It drops in. It's a bloop single. He's going for second, and he is out. He should have stayed at first. And Lo Cicero is going to be credited with a single and then thrown out at second base trying to stretch it. Not a good decision. But in any event, Termini steps up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and he swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. There is Hunter Pence to make the catch and retire the side. So 7 innings of baseball are complete. It's still a 4-run ball game. The Bronx Knights lead 7-3. So we go to the top of the 8th. Eddie Matthews is 0 for 3. Biddle is still in there. He's thrown 15 pitches. Let's see if this is a mistake by the manager. Hard ground ball. Oh, it's line drive, actually, to Mattingly. He catches him. 1 pitch, 1 away. Got good wood on that, but again, you can't steer the ball. Right at Mattingly. Playing catch. So next up is Larry Doby. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. A run scored today. Just misses off the plate inside. Attendance 48,427, a near sellout at Classic Yankee Stadium. I once, many times in my life, went to Classic Yankee Stadium before they tore it down. They tore it down in 2008. I live in the New York City area, so it's easy enough for me as a teenager to visit Classic Yankee Stadium. What a beautiful ballpark. The new one is nice too, but anyway, the count is 2-1. Here in the top of the 8th, there's 1 out. Here comes the pitch. And he fouls it back upstairs. 98 miles an hour on the radar gun. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Larry. And it's a lazy fly ball towards the left center field gap, but O'Rourke tracks it and makes the catch for the 2nd out. And I think we have seen all we're going to see from Jesse Biddle today. As Brett Boone approaches the plate, we go to the manager's office, the bullpen, Telly Argios. We put him in the game. So they give a big warm hand for Biddle as he walks off. Telly steps in. He has been in and out of the starting rotation this season. His 18th game is 4-4. He has a high ERA, but he is starting to find a home in the bullpen. 5.31 ERA. And he is in there probably to pitch to the end of this game, barring some kind of comeback. First pitch, lines it into left for a base hit, and they have a 2-out hitter. 2-out runner, excuse me. And basically Telly, on brand, gives up a hit immediately upon entering the ball game. So it's usually what happens. So we have Seth Beer, who's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs today. He's responsible for all 3 runs on the scoreboard. 2-seamer floats in there for strike 1. And he hits a line drive to right field, and it's 2 consecutive hits. And it's going to be runners at first and third here with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Again, a collective groan from the stadium as they've seen this before from Telly. He comes in and promptly gives up 2 hits to make everybody nervous. So next up is Kyle Tucker, who's 1 for 3 with a single. So, manager's office, bullpen. I didn't really want to do this, but John Smoltz is going to warm up. 2 lefties in a row. And we're going to have a mound visit and tell him, listen, dude, you just got to get one more out. If this guy hits a home run, it's 7-6. You're still leading. So just throw strikes and throw the best ball you can. Okay? Let's do this. All right, so Kyle Tucker's 1 for 3. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Runners at first and third. And he swings at the first pitch. Apparently the conversation did him well as O'Rourke makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still a 4-run ball game. Bronx Knights lead 7-3. So, first up here in the bottom of the 8th is Matt Saps. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Number 31.
Pitch is high, ball 1. Garrett Clevenger is in there for his second inning of work. And it's a line drive that will slice foul. Strike 1. Count is 1-1. Little late on the fastball. Count is 1-2 on Saps. Saps is the shortstop today. Down and in. Count is 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just gets a piece of the slider in the dirt. Count will remain 2-2. Checks his swing. Inside. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Anthony Millo is on deck. And again, he slices it into the seats, and we'll do it again. Ball 4, and he walks the leadoff man. They're down by 4, and he proceeds to walk the leadoff man, giving nightmares to managers everywhere.
Number 43.
So next up is Anthony Millo. He's 0 for 3. Struggling as usual. Inside, ball 1.
That's inside.
I would literally go to the mound. I'd have a mound visit right now and just basically tell him, listen, just throw strikes. I don't care if he hits a 500-foot home run. Just throw strikes. And that's what happens when he throws strikes as it makes its way 1 hop to the wall. It's going to be a double. And he makes the turn at third. He's coming home. Strong throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI double for Anthony Millo. And the score is now 8-3. Don't listen to my pitching coach because obviously that's bad advice. So double to the wall. Anthony Millo gets a hit and an RBI. And it's a 5-run ball game. So next up is Mighty Mouse, Mr. Max Luklitch himself. He's 3 for 4 with a runner in scoring position. Oh, and he gets himself a base hit, and this is probably going to be an RBI single for Max Luklitch, and the score is 9-3. He has his 4th hit of the ball game. What a game for Max. 4 hits, an RBI, 2 stolen bases. So Don Mattingly is 2 for 4. He steps up there. The score is now 9-3 Knights. Quick throw to first. Luklitch is back. Personally, I don't think Luklitch should steal, but he's 12 years old in real life. I can't control what he does. So. Swing and a miss at the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike 1. Still nobody out here in the 8th. Pitch is high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Don Mattingly. Quick throw to first. Way out in front of the slider. He got fooled. Was expecting the fastball. The count is 1-2 on Mattingly. Again, another throw trying to keep Luklitch close. I mean, he's already stolen 2 bases. I guess they don't want him to steal a 3rd. It's understandable. But now it's getting a little ridiculous. But they're still paying a lot of attention to him. Did he check his swing? In the dirt, he does not advance. I thought Luklitch might take off for second, but he doesn't. So they called it a ball. Count is even at 2-2 on Mattingly. And he pops it up on the left side. Matthews is there on the outfield grass. He makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is Chris Ramos. He is 2 for 4. Those 2 were 2 home runs. He has 5 RBIs today. It's a chance to hit 3 home runs in 1 game. This will be his final chance. Checks the swing, down and in, ball 1. And he hits it high and deep, but it is playable by the center fielder, Dobie, who races over and makes the catch in the left center field gap. Mattingly will finish 2 for 5 with 2 homers and 5 RBIs. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The score is 9-3. So Michael O'Rourke is 0 for 4. Batting average is dipped to .339. Sure, he'd like to get that back up over the .340 mark. Again, throw to first. And he pulls the slider foul. Count is 0-1. Grounds it, rolls his hands over. Foul ball, strike 2. Outside, 1-2. I'm proud of you, Max. I thought Max would have stolen second by now. Proud of him that he hasn't taken off. It's a 6-run lead. Checks the swing, pitches outside, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner now will be in motion. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he pops it up behind the plate. Catcher makes the catch to retire the side, but they score 2 more runs. Score is 9-3. They need 6 to tie. Last licks for the Miami Marlins. We go to the 9th. So, Telly Argios is in there for his 2nd inning of work. They've decided to stick with him, try to work out some of his demons and issues. Reese McGuire is 0 for 3, steps in. It is a 6-run lead. If he gives up a few runs, then the closer will come in. Swings at the first pitch, lazy fly ball to center. Luklitch is there. 1 away. Next up is Nick Gordon, who had a double today. He's 1 for 3. Pitches inside, ball 1. Fouls the splitter off. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Gordon. And fouls off the 2-seamer. 1-2. Lazy ground ball to Ramos. Fields fires, and there's 2 away. And the Miami Marlins are down to their final out. Hunter Pence, making his 5th plate appearance in the game, is 0 for 4. He represents the final out of the game. And he pops it up. Unfortunately, Millo can't jump out of his crouch quite that fast, so it's strike 1. Swing and a miss, chases a pitch out of the strike zone, and they are down to their final strike. Fans are on their seat. Fans are on their feet. Check that. Line drive down the right field line and into the corner, and Pence is going to stay at first. No reason to chance it. Get thrown out at second makes no sense with 2 outs in the 9th. And good for him. That hit in his 5th at-bat extends his hitting streak to 6 games. Good for him. At least he stuck in there and didn't just give up the at-bat. So, in any event, Will Clark steps up. He's 0 for 4 as well. The runner at first and 2 out. And he pops it up down the third base line and into the seats for strike 1. Will Clark's hitting .282 on the season. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball. And now again they are down to their final strike. And he lines it the other way, a base hit. And they now have runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the 9th. So they refuse to give up. It's a 6-run ball game. They have runners at first and second, so they're going to have to do a lot more work than this. But they're showing a little bit of heart here in the 9th. So next up is Eddie Matthews. Again, another hitter that's 0 for 4. Manager, mound visit. Dude, one more guy. Let's do this. Fouled off, strike 1. Checks his swing, pitches inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Eddie Matthews. Hall of Fame player. Fouls off the 2-seamer, and yet again they are down to their final strike. Can Telly put the nail in the coffin as the stadium rises to its feet? It is a long drive, but playable to Luklitch in center. He makes the catch. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 9-3. So they take the first game of this 3-game set at home against the Miami Marlins. They win their 56th game. They're 56-30. They're first place in the American League West. And Joey Pollard gets his 10th victory of the season. So do it the right way. As usual, I go to the scoreboard. Bronx Knights, 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors. Miami Marlins, 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Joey Pollard gets the win, his 10th. Tariq Skubal gets the loss. Who knows how many losses he has. And, of course, Chris Ramos is the player of the game. 2 for 5 with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in to set the pace. So this has been a presentation of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me, especially Jose Hall. Much appreciated. Have yourself a great night. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.